Thank you for watching another episode of Gemstones of Truth. We're highlighting part 2 of the restaurant journey of a man from the UK, from the diaspora, who moved to the Gambia 6 months ago and had a business, and now he doesn't. I want to quickly highlight in 2022 that the diaspora contributed 17 million USD in remittance alone. That's huge and impressive, because we haven't given you numbers on the economy. But if the GDP increased by 60% as well, that would tell you that the foreign trade, the businesses that are being created, the direct investments that are going on with the diaspora, the partnerships that they're making with the Gambians, it has a huge impact, which means that there will be job creation, there will be apprenticeship programs, there will be a lot of things going on. So what is the issue? Why is it that a UK man who employed 3 Gambian girls, he doubled their salary, higher than the minimum wage here? Why would someone or a group of Gambians come and tear down his business? We know that, the diaspora, they come from slavery, marginalized, culturalized, societalized from that, and equally so is the locals who are marginalized, they are societalized, and they're culturalized through colonialism, and we both are impacted by those two things. How is it that, and how can we come together? We want to hear from you. Please put your comments in the comment section and some of your ideas as to how we can resolve some of this. We have highlighted that there needs to be some legislated foreign laws for foreigners, protection laws for foreigners, okay, that protect things like their business endeavors, protect their homes, protect women. There's a lot of sexual harassment of the diaspora here as well, unfortunately. Okay, so let's get to this video. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share.
And that's when the bomb dropped. Once we blew up, that's when it was really going to blow up. So this is when I noticed the shop behind us or next door to us, the landlord's sister owned. And then she would complain about certain things, like, oh, you're doing this, you're doing that. She'll say the smell of the food she doesn't like. But she's next door to a restaurant. So she's got a fashion store, there's a restaurant there, and now there's me here. So we brought customers to this place and we're doing our thing and just carried on going. Then say 4 weeks in, the landlord's come and looked around. He said, you might need to wait until their shop closes before you can open up. I'm thinking, I could open up from 7 o'clock in the morning if I choose to. I've paid 6 months rent.
Sure spot.
You know what I came to? I've given you a whole list, bought a contract, I bought an MP in order to oversee it. And alright, cool. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm not feeling this. I'm feeling like you can sense the tension, but I'm just not hearing it. There's one. It motivated me to start my second location, to start looking out and figuring out what to do. 6 weeks into a 6 month contract that I paid for up front. The landlord has now come to me and said, you just kind of need to close down. How? Are you on drugs? This don't make no sense. He's told me to close down because you need to move. I'm cemented down, how much money this cost, had that backwards and forth. Then he's explained to me that they don't like the smoke or the food, and that somehow you're blocking their business. They don't have no signs or any boards in the fashion shop, but I'm blocking their business all of a sudden now. So I'm like, why would you tell me to? They agreed to it beforehand. They even said move a meter away from them, and they was cool with that. I've even bought them food. Everybody in that market that's got business with me has eaten from me for free. What I did over here from, I don't know if you know what an imam is, so I'm Muslim, so there's a mosque right there where we was based, and the imam said that their family had been pressuring the landlord, saying, why are you making a foreigner come here and make so much money? So I think that was a big issue, because there's no way you could just tell someone close your store the next day.
Right.
So so we continue to work, and we're trying to come to some sort of arrangement where he's mostly dealt with. I now look at her as like a mother to me, the MP. they had a conversation. He said he's got another place for me on his land. I'm like, alright, cool. I'm gonna have to swallow it, but it keeps the ball rolling. Because if I've got enough money to stop for myself, but my workers don't.
Right.
And I ain't got enough money to pay them without them working.
Right.
So what he offered me was right by a toilet. I mean, you could smell the urine as soon as you walk past.
No.
We're deep inside, no customers walk past. Nah.
You mean inside near the mosque?
Yeah, by that toilet.
No.
Yeah. Also, yeah, you know, yeah.
Well, we actually saw the situation.
Yeah.
We'll get to that point.
So when he offered that to me, I kind of told him that this is unhygienic. We'd get shut down here. Okay, no problem. Then the tensions really rose, and coming from the background that I came from in England, I'm just gonna be honest with you. They're lucky that I kept quiet, because I'm thinking I'm in a new country. I don't want to give myself a bad reputation out here. Yeah, let me not say any more on that situation. But what they would do is, so now they decided, instead of saying that the smoke's blocking them, because I'm saying, look, I'll put a blocker there. So they've agreed for me to pay for their water shedding and put a blocker there. So I've got construction workers to come out and pay extra money to block the smoke going into their shop. Seemed like they was okay with it. That lasted 2 days, maybe 3. Now they wanted to open up a shop door exactly where my shop is. So their building where they wasn't using it was just a wall before. They want to cut a hole in it and put a door in. I've only been here 6 weeks, and now you decide to tell me this. It's bad business. He's apologizing to me. There was a moment where I actually pulled him up and said, look, what you're doing is kind of wrong. And he's like admitting it, but he's like, listen, I'll pay for you to move on, or like put your container there, but you just need to move. And he was so cheeky enough to give me 5,000 Dalasi and try to, like I said, I don't want your money. I just want to settle this. Like, as long as I can find a place that I can continue my business, I don't want, I think it's 5,000 or 10,000 Dalasi. I don't want the money. And he was so rude that he grabbed my man bag and tried to put it in there, and I had to forcibly give it back to him. Like I said, he's lucky I handled it the way that I've handled it so far. So I'm like, whatever needs to be done, I've spoken to police. They said this is wrong, what they're trying to do to you. You paid your money. It is what it is. So it all got to a head when basically, so they started working on this door now. So they started taking out bricks and stuff like that. But what they purposely did was throw the bricks on top of my store, or just, or they'll park their family car in front of my store and say, oh, who's going out for a day? No, it's still open. Come on, people would reach over. They didn't care. They wanted their food, didn't it? We serve good food. Like
I've had the wings, they're good food.
So the people was
I actually didn't even get any, because when we went there to get them,
I went with her to the police station in Bristol Phase 1, and before we got in there, the man had already kind of told me, like before we even just walked in, the guy was so rude, his feet up, eating his breakfast. Yeah, you just need to shut down and move on. Like, bro, you haven't heard my side of the story. Like, it wasn't until she introduced herself as to who she was. If you saw the way the man sat up straight, changed, started wiping down the seat for her and explaining the story. Now he's heard the full story, he's realized, hold on a minute, because now this is where it got exposed. He technically sold me land. Remember, he told me it was his land that was on the street, so it's now to do with the NRC. So he's gone to the NRC to close me down when you've taken money and said it's part of your land.
Right.
So what you've done is illegal. You can be arrested for this. So they said, look, we don't want, he's an old man, he's a well-known person in the country, we don't want him arrested, but what we will do is make you two have a conversation and come to some arrangement, because he needs to be paying for you to move on and do these things. As soon as she wasn't there,
they went back to status quo.
The police officer just blatantly, like, I hate him with passion. I told him straight to his face, I lie, you disgust me. That lift that I dropped you here, you can walk home. Like, I just had to let him know, you make me sick. It's not the best way to handle things, but my emotions got the best of me that day. I just kind of told him, no, go, like, kiss my ass. So they closed me down. They got the police to close me down. Not rightly so, because when I realised the person's job description, he's just a traffic police officer.
So he had no jurisdiction.
No jurisdiction.
As much as we need officers on the street, directing all of that madness at turntable. You're down there shutting down somebody's business that has nothing to do with you.
So I shut it down. So a couple days in was when the ball really dropped, and I got a call. So you lot saw them digging it up.
Yeah.
I had no idea this was going on. I'd taken it as a break. We just opened Tipper Garage, so I'm focusing on that and figuring out to get another place in Turntable to carry on my business. I got a call the next day. So the next day was Eid, so it was Tabascan. So it's like a 4-day holiday for Muslims. So I remember I got out that day with the MP's family in Sokoto. Everybody's dressed to the nines, having a beautiful day. And a friend of mine that had moved over here from England as well has sent me a video. I said, bro, your container's not here. What? And then he showed me the video. It's empty and just like, this is like our Christmas, and you just ruined my Christmas for me. I mean, I couldn't concentrate, nothing after that. Everybody could see it in my face. So I went down there like within like an hour to go see where everything was. So what I did see was that it was, so they taken my container up out of the ground, and then they must have like done it while all my equipment was still inside of it. Yeah. So, and they turned it and just left it on the side of the road. Mind you, it's raining season, so when it rains, it's all touching it.
There were 10 men that collectively came and they picked up your container.
I would have loved for someone would have told me that they was doing that, because those
We did. We went to the UK King Bakery channels. We got, where is he? We don't know how to contact him, but this has happened.
the numbers on the thing.
No, at that time we were coming back from looking at an apartment for someone, and we were coming down the junction, and it was like 10 guys had it all lifted. They tried to go around the corner, like going towards the mosque, and they were having a hard time bending their corner. They couldn't figure out, you gotta lift and turn, but that's a whole nother story. Once they finally got it inside,
Yeah, it's left it on the side there.
there is no way that he would have be moving it without him being here or him having a representative. This don't look right. So Carla recorded it, and so we went up trying to find a couple people that we know up at King's Baker, and we were like, is he still here? Did he go back home for a while or something? I said, because we see something hinky going on down there with his container. And they were like, no, but we'll try to find out. It was like, yeah, because we need to find him like right now.
Because I tell you, those 10 men would have had a field day. You know what is good? Because if I would have been there, those 10 men would have had remember, I'm an ex-boxer, so I would have had a field day. So it's better that the violence didn't come. Because that's the only way I would have handled that. I'll be honest with you. Because it's what this man's like kind of put me through. It's like sometimes I don't like to even talk about it or think about it anymore, because my blood pressure's through the roof with him. And so yeah, the next day I've come and I've obviously seen my container on the side. My equipment is just left out and it's rained, so it's like, that's a lot of money. That I know uncertain words. You kind of want to cross that line, things will happen, and they kind of got nervous and left it alone. They moved their car, we moved the bricks for them outside their store, and it was just getting stupid. It was stressing me out. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was very, very stressful, and just holding back from, doing
something that you should not do.
So after that, we got a call. I got a call from the police. I got a call from the police to say come to the police station, but until then shut down. It's like, no, we're not gonna do that. God was with me on that side. So like I said, the lady I see like my mother, Honorable Fatty Champ, she's been a great guidance for me during this whole period.